Okay. This is Republic Notice and follow-up to Draconic Faggotry and Black Gaze. Now, in the first video, I covered a lot of concepts, and the concepts was to tie it into the levels of constitutionality and the fact that majority white gays just want more privilege and want to embezzle and rape the 14th to get 1,100 or 1,200 more federal benefits from Social Security, military benefits, and all these other benefits that come from being marriage. Even though marriage in the Constitution is to produce all persons born, and it don't have to use the word marriage because it's a supreme contract. But I covered that in the first one. This one is focusing more on more detail of Draconic Faggotry and Black Gaze and how black people should see it and understand it and how they got to understand it within themselves. Okay? Now, one of the things we need to understand is that when a man spills his seed, the mental processes and the spine processes acknowledge it. So it doesn't matter if you're spilling it into a rubber. It acknowledges whatever you're spilling. And if you're spilling in the Draconic Faggotry, what you're doing is reproducing Dracons in you. They're like, don't need, male and female. As you know, some crocodile species and some alligator species are able to reproduce themselves without a mate. I don't know which species, but they are there and they can reproduce, sort of like seahorses. Now, this is one reason why black infants was fed to alligators and crocodiles. It was feeding the Dracon energy, because the crocodiles and alligators is what they base their energy behind as predatory. The predatory energy of them is what I'm talking about. And even though they are reptilian, they are Draconic, almost like a dragon type of Ninja Turtle with big old jaws, and you know, they jump around like some kind of dragon. But they're lizard men. They're lizard men. They can look like lizard and men at the same time, and they can interchange whenever they want to. And they are invisible. You don't see them, but they're there. They are there. There is unseen spirits we are dealing with out here that you cannot see with the naked eye. And therefore, they are easy to infiltrate your brain, your sexual organs, your spine, your spleen, and everything you have. And when you having their draconic sex, what they're doing is multiplying. And that's why I said when they walking around in this level of animation, twitching, swinging their arms, switching, acting more extremism, mutation of feminism is what it is. What that is these Dracons in animation in these black males. And if you look at black males, they look a mess in this faggotry pageantry. It is really a mess. Even the so-called pretty boys. They're not pretty when you think that they are full of lizard men all in their brain, their sexual organs, their body, and they are all out of balance. And they are all demon holding vessels. They are holding lizard men. They are the outlet as we transition to the fifth dimension that all these lizard men demons is going to run into. And they are going to be the main holding demon vessels. So when you see them switching around, you see an infestation of demons in them. They are demon holding vessels, holding lizard men, aliens. These lizard men are intelligent, and they are aliens, and they know how to infiltrate the body, your brain, your spine, and everything to control you fully 100% and make you think you're acting on your own behalf when you're not. Your brain is so infestated, you don't even have enough cell capacity to understand that you're not connected anything. They connect in everything they want you to do. Therefore, when we think about these churches now, some black churches wanting to accept gays and black gays and this Draconic Faggotry, and them thinking they're going to pray it away by them coming to black church. I'm warning you, black people, do not go to a church to have these demon-holding vessels sitting next to your children. There's some times when you should discriminate, and this is one of these times where you should be very discriminatory about your children and your spirit being around these demon-holding vessels. If these ministers want to cater to the black K's, the Draconic demons, to try to relieve them of it, you need to open up our own institution or our own outlet for these specifically. And I don't want to promote gays having anything to themselves, but I don't want them around small children and the true spirit of God, because they don't belong there. They are contamination. They are contamination. They need to be ministered to as if they were contaminants. That means they need to be isolated, and you better be a good minister when you're ministering to them, because if you're not, and if you're not strong in your core belief of the Most High, then them same demons can control you and tell you it's all right for them to be gay. A lot of these ministers now are controlled by these same demons, and they run around talking about gay marriage is acceptable, calling themselves following behind President Obama. But President Obama is way smarter than them. He knows when he signed anything, he's under the constitutional protections of privileges and immunities of non-consent jurisdiction. Therefore, he's going along with the outer world, but he's having control of constitutional supremacy. Now, like I said, so you don't want these lizard men sitting next to your children in these pews, or sitting next to women, or sitting next to your men, because you will drag them into your homes. You will drag them into your homes, where they will disrupt the spirit of your homes, and they will disrupt the spirit of your countenance. Not only that, as they practice Draconic homosexuality, they spill this seed and they get charges in the brain. These Dracon lizard men get charges. They get more power over the brain, and they get charged, and they get more strengthened, and they invade more cells, and they get more strength and more power to jump in and out and to move, and then to invade in multiplication in other bodies that these Draconic Faggotry men are around. This is why in one episode of Single Ladies, this woman had a brother that was gay. And then she met a man, and the man that she met told the gay brother to stay away from his nephew. He said, give the boy a chance. Give the boy a chance. In other words, he telling him, give the boy a chance, because this man knew that this gay man was infested. He didn't argue with him over his gayness. He just said, get a boy a chance before you let these demons jump all into him. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. Because every time they spill that seed, they create unseen spirits of Dracon. Every time they spill that seed in Draconic homosexuality, they are creating unseen spirits and are multiplying demons in and around them, that's following them around all day, feeding off of them, trying to look for other bodies to feed off of, especially since they're falling down out of the sky. They are looking for holding vessels. They are on the look for holding vessels. This is why this gay acceptance is going to increase, because they're looking hard for holding vessels. And once they get real increased in the brain and the body, the men then become careless, because his thing is now just to get his sexual excitement off. And then these lizard men catch him. They catch him when he's in the top of his impulsive lust. He's in the top of his impulsive lust. And then he don't have a rubber, and he don't care whether he have a rubber. What he does is have raw gay sex, and then that demonic lizard man makes sure that AIDS infection go into him. After he ramps him up, gets him to get relaxed, and then that lizard man make sure that AIDS infection entered him. Because once that AIDS infection entered him, then he got a soul that he can take the body of, okay? And he can take the organs of, okay? So, this is what I'm saying. They spilling the seed and they're creating demons. They're demon holding vessels. Now I'm going to do a part 3. And this part 3 is going to be telling gays how to, these blacks, this draconic faggotry, black gays, how to begin to deal with this stuff. And tell these ministers that do not invite them in your church. This is a time where you discriminate. They are a contamination. They are a contamination. They should be ministered to, but not around people who don't have this infestation. Listen for part 3. This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. Shalom.